right, a quick little studio craft room video for you guys this month. I want to straighten up these drawers, and I want to be able to find a spot in one of these drawers to be able to put my core kit box for the month in a drawer, because having this stuff out on my desk doesn't work. The entire point of me having a L-shaped desk was to be able to work on it, and it just is getting piled up and piled up. So all these drawers are how they've been. Some of them won't change, like this, my chipboard drawer, my wood, this is not chipboard, this is wood veneer. This won't change. This, I'll straighten it up, but it won't necessarily change. This I might be able to combine with this maybe. And then this won't change. These are my Allie Edward cards and black and white cards. That won't change. But what if right next to that could be my core kit box? So I want to change some of this around, embossing. I rarely reach for embossing like I do if it's special occasion. So maybe that could go down lower. And then I have some drawers that are empty. That one's not, but I think this one is sort of empty. So I just want to go through this. And then the other thing is on this side, my Nuvo drops, they're getting messed up because they're sliding to the back, and I need to fix that. So I'm going to go through this and straighten it up, and I'll share my progress with you. Okay, a little bit of a confession time. I really hit a wall last night, and I just quit. I got really frustrated. I kind of got a little angry, and I was like, I'm done. It's never going to work. And then this morning I came back in here and I was like, okay, let's try again. So the main thing, there's a whole bunch of containers up here that I've pulled out. The main thing is I'm trying to get everything that I use up higher and the things that I don't access as much lower. So for instance, this is smaller page protectors. So 8.5 by 11, 4 by 4, 3 by 8, anything that's smaller. Also my dividers are in there. That's great because I don't need to access that very often. And when I'm sitting here in this area crafting, I want these areas to be my, where I can pull things open and use them. This didn't change very much. I got rid of a date stamp so that I could get the ones I had here. And then I brought a few other things here, my black and white washi tape I stuck in here. And then I have some brads, and then I was able to space a few things out, which was nice. So that's good. Then I moved all of my sequins and buttons from over here. So that was all here. I still have to clean this drawer out. I moved that from over there to over here. And then I also started to go into this as well. So these are my brads. And then the problem with the thing that's frustrating is not the moving of things that I'm using around. It's that these Alex drawers are so difficult to find containers to contain things. I know on the IKEA website you can get ones that actually are meant to fit in here, but I've never seen them very they lose a lot of space. Basically, the dividers, they have really wide dividing pieces. I just feel like it loses so much space. It's not worth it. So I always just find my own, different things that will fit in here. And I use them. I use a lot of boxes like this where I just cut the top off, containers. So, and this one here, so this is my clear blocks, which I'm not going to move. This is clear blocks and then black and white ink. So it's basically what I use to stamp with, and that still works for me. And so I just have my wipes and then all of my different blocks. I thought about downsizing like my blocks. I still might do that, but I did find the other day I was stamping something and I pulled out a ton. This used to be nice for when I was doing workshops or when I was filming like classes where I was doing card making and I would need like 5 or 6 blocks at one time. I don't necessarily need that anymore. So I need to figure this part out. But I like this. I like having both drawers like this, and where it's just like these are my sequins, these are my brads, these are buttons. So it just feels like I'll be able to use that better. This is my Ali Edward cards, and then my black and white cards, and like some specialty cards in here. I use this a lot. I pull from this a lot. I might just move this over one to here, but then I have this in here, which are my like stickers. This is not like, I love storing them like this, but it's not great in the drawer because sometimes the drawer can get snagged, but I literally don't know where else to store them. Like, I don't know how else to store them. Then I have coloring stuff down here. So this is just all my coloring stuff. This probably needs to come out of here because those are extra blades. And then down here, I moved all of my extra stuff, which these blades can go down here, to this one over here, and it has my re-inkers, as my hot glue gun. It has extra, like, those are popsicle sticks and blades and brads that I was using for a specific project. So all of that is there, and that's great because I don't really access that. So then over here, I have this top drawer is pens, and this bottom drawer is pens. And then this is empty. This is sort of empty. And then this, I moved all of my embossing stuff to the bottom here. I have a few things empty over here. So, and then I have a few things on my desk. I'm not really going to be able to find a place to set that, to set my box that I'm currently using, my core kit box currently. It's just going to have to be on my desk, which, again, I don't love this. So I also have like some acetate that is longer because it came in 12 by 12 sheets. So I am feeling a little frustrated. And then like in here, I have a set, I just got these. These are Crayola Super Tips. They were really inexpensive. They were like $13. And I just have this cup. My friend gave me one of these cups. And it came in this, and my markers fit perfect in that. But I don't know, like it's just sitting there. Like, so I am feeling a little frustrated this morning. So I'm going to try and just look at this and see what can be done. So let's try to figure this out. What I do love is I love this. Like, I love my album sitting here. I love these 2 containers here. I love this setup. I use all that. This is working out good to have like, basically like my current items. I'm using like my current kit, if you will, here. And this bottom one, I have like sticker paper pieces, which maybe it would be great to have a drawer for like sticker paper scrap. So like when I'm stamping and I want that, I could use that. I don't know, you guys. It's like, it works okay, but it doesn't work great. And so I'm trying to figure out how to have a better flow, basically, so I can use the things I have. I have all of this stuff, and I'm noticing things are not getting used because I don't see them. I don't access them. I'll get on like I'm on a brad kick right now. So I'm using a bunch of brads, but it's because I got in that drawer and I saw all the ones that I had. So I started using them. My sequins, I don't use as much because I'm not making cards, but maybe I would use them if I saw them. So I don't know. Let's dive in. I'm going to try to look at this with fresh eyes and figure something out. So let's do that. All right. I might have figured out somewhat of a solution. So the first thing is, the top of my desk looks a little bit different. I took these sticker things out that I created. They're not all stickers. Like some of them are like, this is like Marine Corps stuff. This is like black and white like stickers and things. I took those out of the drawer and I put them in this. I had this empty already and I put it up here. So now it's like I have these, then I have these die cuts, and then I have these things that I'm currently working on. I might end up down the road like taking this stuff out and doing something different with it, and then just going back to having 2 up there because it's a lot up there. I don't love that a ton, but it does work better. So then I just moved these 2 things over to the side because this hangs off a little bit. And then I have like current monthly die cuts and a couple little dishes in here that have a few things. And then I have my simple everyday snapshot items here. And then a couple things here. These just don't fit anywhere. It's one of those things where this is a great idea, but they're not 12 by 12 inside, so you can't put 12 by 12 paper in them. They stack, which is great, but then they don't fit in these drawers. I would love it if these fit in the drawers and I could just stack them. They don't. For now, I'm just going to leave them on here. I have like sticker paper scraps down here, and then this is currently what I'm working with for February, and then all of this you already know, my containers and then my albums. So let's start here. Nothing changed here. I still have all of those dividers here. That is fine. Down here, I have buttons, and then this is sequence, large words back there. Here, I have my cards. So I have my Allie Edwards cards, and then my black and white cards and specialty cards. Then this is one little word, and then this is the page protectors. Up here, I cleaned up my clear blocks. So I cleaned them all up, wiped them all down, dried them, organized them a little bit better. I have right here is a very, very large block I rarely use. And then this is my next largest block. And I just have that right there. Again, I don't use those a ton, so I have them there. I have, these are wipes for cleaning. And then I went through my ink pads and I did get rid of 2. So I got rid of my VersaFine. Oh no, I didn't. This is my VersaFine that has the hinge. I think I found room, so I stuck it back there. I have Stays On right there. Then I have my Memento, and then I have my brown Stays On, which can probably go like that. And then my Memento, and then these are all white ink pads. So I have the Hero Hues by Hero Arts. I have the Lawn Fawn white and the Simon Says white. Then here I have Lawn Fawn black, and then I have my VersaFine, which is the one I use the most. Then I have a white and a black dauber, and then again my ink pads, and then these are all the re-inkers for all of these. These were like set like this, and I like them better flat. And then I'm going to keep my Misty right on top there. Again, I don't do a ton of stamping, but I like to have all my stamping stuff there. I moved these 2 containers. They were up here. They ended up fitting perfect here. So they just have the same things they had up there. And then this is like extra tools, like my little tiny punches, my stapler, my whiteout, my sand eraser, my date stamp that I use all the time, that kind of thing. Then here is the extra items that were not like stickers, but were like more like die cuts, and then the large acetate. And then that is a box of older photos. And then this is coloring. This is like backup tools and stuff. Then over here, the first drawer is pens. And it goes all the way back. I have one spot here, but I don't have anything to put there. And then the next one down is pens. I found a place for my Crayolas, so that was perfect. So that's all pens. Then this ended up being empty when I got all done. So I ended up putting that core kit box down here, and that's where I'll store it. Unless for some reason I need that. Next down is an empty one, basically. This has like some collections. And then my fuse tool. So it's basically, again, empty. So, and then down here, I have all embossing. I have to relabel everything, of course. Over here, this didn't change. It's my trimmers. This changed. So I put my adhesive back in a drawer. All of my adhesive I was using was here in my cart. I'm just tired of it. I wanted my adhesive drawer back. I had always had an adhesive drawer, but then I changed to putting my adhesive there, thinking I needed my drawers for something else, and it just wasn't working. I cleaned all of this up and moved it up one drawer, and then I also went through and I had some that were dried out, so I went ahead and got rid of those. Looks much better. This drawer is empty. And then this is my binders and my scrappy spiral notebook stuff. So overall, I do have a couple empty drawers, so that is nice. I feel like everything is in a better spot. This is the stuff that I have left to put away. These are all the containers that I emptied out, and I'll just put in my extra container bin for when I need containers. And everything else is pretty much the same. Nothing over here changed. I still have my acrylic drawers. That still works. I might be able to move these closer to me instead of being behind me. My inks are still here. The Stampin' Up! Blend markers, as they dry out, I will start to get rid of them, and that will start to dwindle. And then I'm thinking about, it's not even a thought right now, but it sort of is. I may change those markers out for something different as they dry up, but they're still usable right now. And then none of this has changed over here. I still have my Lawn Fawn inks and stamps right there, and then my Concord and Ninth inks. Yeah, pretty much the same. And then all of my Stampin' Up! Stamps are over there. That's where I keep them. I will clean this up. I am going to start keeping my ATG gun right there. That works out. I have a little bit more space up there now, so I may keep something else up there. But for now, that looks good. So I'm just going to clean up the rest of this stuff and put the rest of this stuff away, and then that'll be it. So thanks for hanging out with me today, checking out this space. I don't feel 100% about it, but I feel like it will work for right now. And I'll be able, I have a little bit more space on my desktop, and that will help for crafting. And the stuff here, like that's my big shot down there, my large one. I have my mini one up on the top shelf with my plates, and then that middle row is adhesive and my blender brushes. So it's sort of stuff that I don't access a ton, but it's right there if I need it. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today, and I will catch you in my very next video. Thank you so much for checking out my video. Here on the screen are 2 other videos that you can check out if you would like. If you're a member watching this video and you've missed any of the member videos, or you're new, you can go back and watch older member videos if you would like. Thank you so much for checking out my video, and I will catch you in my very next project.